As somebody who went to college on a scholarship for literally something completely non related to my major and then switched my fucking major the moment that I stepped foot on campus, how do I tell you? There are things I wish that somebody had told me if they fucking cared about me. Hi guys, it's Sushi here, and it is your favorite big sister on YouTube, and I am here to tell you 4 things that I wish I knew before becoming an art major. And these are some things that I just fundamentally just think, okay, bro, if somebody told me this, do I think I would have not become an art major? No. If I could see into the future, do I think I would have avoided people or avoided certain professors? Hell yes. I'm about to tell y'all this now. This video is gonna be leading off into a series of other storytime videos because there's just so much about art school that I personally did and I think I should have thought more about. And to be for real with y'all, these are some things that I would gladly tell somebody to avoid over and over and over again. So if y'all can share this video to somebody who's becoming an art major this August for the new school year and warn them babies, because trust and believe, nobody warned me and I'm trying to warn y'all. So basically, guys, I'm gonna be honest here. You need to be prepared to make shit that you don't like. And I feel like there's very few videos that actually touch on not making shit, like making shit that you don't like in art school. So when you're going to school, there are core classes that you need to take, like history, math, and like a science or whatever the case may be. But you also need to figure out what your elective courses are going to be. Like, what classes are you going to take for your specific classification? For my case, I was going into graphic design, and then I also wanted to do my minor in character design because I actually really liked it, but at my institution it really wasn't provided because, again, my graphic design course was so new. Like, literally, they got a fucking professor and said, yeah, we were ready to launch this program. No, the fuck y'all weren't. I'm just gonna say it now. Be prepared to make shit that y'all don't like. Like, I think we spent well over 3 weeks just shading a circle or a sphere. And I don't care what anybody says. If you go anywhere for an art degree, y'all are pretty much going to be doing the same shit. Like, you're going to be in there shading a fucking circle for 3 weeks and learning about, cast shadows and learning about darkness values and learning how to properly apply pressure manually. Mind you, I went to art school trying to do digital art. Like, that was what I wanted to do. I was super passionate about doing digital art because that's all I had been doing for like the last 7 years. And like, I'm talking about before I even stepped foot into college in 2022. So I was in for a shock that I had to basically go back to my roots. Not my roots, my roots with this one. And I was like, Lord have mercy. And on top of that, you just have to be prepared to just do shit you didn't want to do. Like having to sit in your art class for 4 hours at a time, literally shading a fucking circle and a square, bitch. Like, I don't think people really understand how mind numbing that was. Just to sit in your art class and sometimes you wanted to sit there in silence or you wanted to listen to your music, but then your fucking professor start talking and bitch, I'm tired. I don't want to hear your mouth. I want to do my work. So I wish somebody had warned me about that when it came to these classes and what it looked like, because they'll give you a syllabus the first day and they'll be like, oh yeah, look over the syllabus, and you look at the class time, it's like, oh, this is a pretty long ass class. I think we're gonna be doing a lot of different shit. We're gonna be learning a lot of different stuff. Hell no. Bitch, you're gonna be doing the most minuscule things known to man. Good fucking luck. So I know this is kind of counterintuitive to basically say make stuff that you want and stuff that you actually like, after I just told you that get comfortable making shit that you don't want to make. To kind of recoup your mental health and to kind of, feel better about, what's going on, with having to make shit that you don't like, having to do things that you don't like for a long extended period of time. Make sure that you are still creating art that you love and that you like, because it becomes very unsettling very quickly to make and only do work for a class that you don't like. That is the quickest way to want to drop out. That is the quickest way to get burnout. And that is the quickest way to lose your mind. I know that in my class size of about maybe 20, maybe 15 people, when I first got into my drawing one class, because you have to take a drawing one class, basically my professor was like, oh yeah, so if y'all like drawing characters and anime and stuff, yeah, good luck, baby, you're not doing that anymore. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't appreciate any of that kind of stuff, but he's more of like an abstract artist in and of himself. So like drawing, fucking circles all day was like his thing. And then we would come in and share our work together because, networking is good for you. Talking to different people in your art class is good for you. And you wanted to network and communicate with people. Baby, let me tell you something. Make stuff that you like. Make friends with people that you like in your class and share your work with them. Hell, I think I got commissioned by like at least 7 people in my art department over the course of my first year just because I still made stuff that I wanted to make. Yes, you have to find the time. Yes, it's going to be grueling to find the time to make that kind of stuff. But I specifically like making characters, and I was still working on my OCs from my GTA series, and I wanted to share that with people, and people absolutely loved my character designing. They loved the kind of stuff that I was putting together, and they wanted to see more of it, and so I created more of it. It was something that made me happy, and it was also something that made me keep my sanity, because if I couldn't make the work that I wanted to, I don't think I would have been an art major for as long as I was. Because mind you, I wish to this day that I could still be an art major. But fundamentally speaking, I will always advocate, if you are an art major and you're having to do all these classes and you're having to struggle for it and whatever the case may be, please, 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 I am begging you on my knees, baby girl. Make some stuff that you like, and that is okay if you don't like it. Continue to draw. Use the stuff that you're learning in class to bolster your own artwork. I cannot say this enough. Please make things that you truly love. So essentially, I want you to also join art-based clubs and events. And I say this because I know that at my institution, as artists, we came together and there was this thing called Artist Common or whatever the case may be. And so we essentially met every other Wednesday or something like that. And we got together, watched movies, and we ate popcorn. And we basically chatted it up about art. We talked about all different types of stuff. I think I met another girl who was super into art commentary. To this day, I cannot remember her name for the life of me because it was a very short-lived kind of like communication friendship kind of thing, I guess you could say. But I learned a lot about the culture of art school. I learned a lot about my school in general. I learned a lot. And honestly, they were some of the best support systems that I could ever have asked for. And I didn't continue to go to my artist common club, but I always wanted to go and support any and all of their ventures. They often made work, and they made exhibitions with their work and on our school's museum, because our school had a museum on campus. And it was absolutely amazing to see all of the work that people were constantly working on and work that made them happy. And this is just how we kept it together, because I'm gonna be honest with you, you're gonna lose people throughout the year, and it's gonna get very depressing very quickly. I don't care what anybody says. When it comes to being an art major, there are times when you are going to lose people, if you know what I mean. I didn't add a trigger warning for this because I didn't even know if I was really going to add this in my script, but joining art clubs and events is very important for your overall just social interaction. Yeah, you can go to class, get your degree, and leave, but building your connections is part of the reason why you even spent all that money to go to school in the first place. use that opportunity to learn and grow with those people, because some of them will be some of your best customers and some of your best friends. Even if y'all aren't best friends, it's still good to have those connections because people remember you. I know that I have plenty of people from my art class, I don't even remember seeing their face. I don't even remember seeing their fucking faces. But literally, I would see them and I just know that, like, they would wave at me and I would wave at them. And like, it was that sense of community, that camaraderie, and it was fun. I just wish that more people talked about how impactful that truly was. And I think I might make a video about joining clubs or whatever when as an art student, or as an art major or art geek or whatever you want to call us. But it is so helpful in the end, and you learn so much from other people and their techniques while you're there. So consider joining an art club or some type of event option when you have the chance. Take it, take it, take it, take it. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you, but take that opportunity. So I just want to be abundantly clear here. I actually have an entire storytime video prepped and ready for this aspect of, just everything. Um, but let's talk about social circles and, like, interacting socially with people. And I had this as its own thing because interacting with people within the art community at your school is very fundamental, yes. But I wish that someone had told me because they only told me after I decided that I was gonna take a gap year. But um don't romantically get involved with people in small ass class sizes, and don't think that simply because all of y'all are art nerds that some of y'all aren't going to be acting like mean girls. This is not a safe haven for the nerdies, okay? There are some mean bitches who do art too, bitch. Don't think that you're safe. How do I tell you don't think that you're safe? And I say this because I have an entire story time about how don't date in your the small class sizes. Please, 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 please don't do it. Um, I have a whole story from a homegirl who also went to school somewhere else, like whole different state. And she was telling me about this one time where she found out that the guy that she was trying to mess with in her art class had basically been going around and screwing 10 other girls that's in the art class. Mind you, there's only maybe like 13 people in her art class. That means it's like only 3 boys in the class. And he was hitting almost every one of them girls. Insane. It's sick and it's disgusting. Disgusting. Not disgusting, disgusting. Because what the hell is going on out here? And she was just telling me that it was crazy how that just happens. And she's a little bit older than me, and she was kind of like, yeah, be extremely cautious about stuff like that. And on top of that, mingling and getting to know people is truly a blessing, especially when you're talking to people from other majors. I'm gonna be honest, I had so many friends from like the criminal justice and so many other friends from like computer science, and they were also some of my biggest customers. I remember when I became the president of the esports team. Oh my gosh, when I became the president of the esports team, we were constantly in contact with other artists on campus and using artists just out in the world outside of school, and it was insane. All I want to say is, of course, make friends, and of course, fall in love, I guess, or like fool around with it, do whatever the fuck you want to do in college. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But be cautious because trust me, just because they were an art nerd in high school and middle school up until nah, people turn into dogs, not dogs. People turn into dogs, and it gets bad. I'm gonna go keep it a P. That video that's gonna come out is gonna be unhinged. Be prepared to listen to every last bit of that video because it is insane how crazy that story time is. So be on the lookout. So now that we've completely gone over the 4 things that I wish I knew as an art major or before becoming an art major just altogether, I know some of these things aren't very precise. I know that some of these things seem kind of silly or very just experience based, But that's the thing. That was my experience, and those are the 4 things that I know I wish I knew. And those are the 4 things that I know that at least 10 other artists that I've talked to have also said that they wish they knew. Like, because some of them have had some very similar stories, some of them have had some stories that are not so serious, and it's just insane. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I was able to share that story with anybody and everybody, just kind of like my outlook of what art school did for me. And I'm probably, again, gonna come out with a story time about, why I've changed my major since then. But if I could, I would literally stay in art school. And there's so much that I could do with an art degree because I've done my research. I I'm gonna tell you this: if you want to become an art major, do not let people dissuade you from becoming an art major simply because they said, "Oh, you're not gonna make any money." Trust and believe you're gonna make some money, babes. You're gonna make some money if you're putting your whole patissi, your artisy into it. You're gonna do your big one, and that just is what it is. And I just know that you're going to do great this upcoming school year in August. If you're watching this before you go, trust me, you will be okay. Find you a good set of friends, and everything is going to be okay. Now, making friends is hard in college, period. Just like making friends out, like, out in the real world without high school. It's really hard out there. And I'm going to be honest with you, you know, if you have a really good support system, things will get easier. Things will be better. And that's just how it works. But I'm going to go ahead and get up off of here, and I'm going to get up out your face. But this is all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that next video that's about to come out, because that I tell you, that story gonna be crazy. You gonna want to hear it. Trust me, believe you gonna want to hear it. But again, I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip side. Don't forget, don't fight, don't bite, and if you do, don't get caught, because if you do, I'm gonna lie on you, and I'm gonna tell them that I don't know you. So, yeah, I'm gonna catch you on the flip side. Bye.